So starting on the near side of our motorhome, you've got the passenger door to the cab, and just behind that we have our filling point for the diesel. But as this is a Euro 6 compliant Fiat engine, on the Ducato chassis and engine, we also have the lovely AdBlue that we have to top up in here as well. As we move along, we're quite fortunate. We've got this low-level locker for 2 gas bottles, which provides useful storage as well. And as we come along, you'll see that we've also fitted a Thule Omnistore awning onto the side of the van, which is just short of 5 metres from memory, which gives us a good awning shade in the summer months. You'll see that from these vents we've got a tall fridge inside. This is an external barbecue point if you want to do that outside cooking. We rarely do so. And obviously we've got the toilet point for that section. And then as we come to the back of our van, we have this useful locker. It's kind of a mini garage in that you've got 2 upright sections each side of the van, and then underneath it goes below our island bed that is at the back of the van this way. So our storage drops down and goes under. That's useful for longer items, folding chairs, the mats for the awning, and extra bits and pieces that we always seem to take with us. But this gives us a good space to store the ramps, our lamps that we like to put out as well. And then as we come around the back, you'll see that this one is fitted with a camera. We are about to replace this with a twin lens unit, so we can do the reverse in parking and travel. And we're also lucky that we've got the full Witter detachable tow bar system on this, which is always very useful when we want to take our little cherry red Fiat on our travels with us. As you come round, that's the second locker, much like the other one, the Truma air vent. And then as you come round, we've got our external shower point. So the van came with a kit for that, water fill, and then we've got this useful locker on the side. Now, as most of our utilities and services are here, including the electric connection point there, this is really helpful for us in being able to store our 10 metre, 25 metre cable, collapse pipes for the waste, and also our water filling hose, toolboxes and paraphernalia for bits and pieces and adapters. And then underneath this van, waste is at the front, the freshwater release is at the back, and these are with pull grab handles that make it really easy to do so. And then as we go around to the front, you see that we are on the Fiat Multijet 3, that's the 140 version, but we do get the nice alloys, we do get the nice white cab with this one, which I do think looks nice and clean with the white body of the motorhome caravan part, so to speak. So that's a little tour of the outside. Didn't mention the awning light up there, which is useful. And then you've got the doorway in, and here you'll see we've got the full Hartle door with bin and the fly screen. Just by the entrance here, we've added this little net. That's a little extra storage for us, so we can pop some of the dog's leads and harnesses in here as we come in. And let's enter the van. So at the front of our tracker, we have twin lounge arrangement set up, so there's a shorter left seat here, slightly longer on this side, seat to the right. There is the round table. That is an occasional table, but for the 2 of us we tend to use that more than pulling out the big table from the cupboard. What we do have above us here though is the drop down bed. So we have a little control panel here with a key, and then this unit here drops all the way down to about this level. You'll see there's a little stopper just there, but what this does allow is a double bed arrangement across, and this is a good double bed. And then what you can also do is make a little arrangement here if you wanted to put another 2 people underneath, in theory. Not that I think we'd ever have 6 people in our motorhome. As we go forward then, what we do get are some nifty little lockers. Now these aren't as big as what we had in our last motorhome, but it does provide just a little bit of storage. Can't put much in those, 3 kilograms each, and the same on the other side. As we come to the front, we get these little storage areas, which we tend to pop our bits and pieces in when we set up, wine glasses, bottles of wine, and so on. We do personalise, we like our little mementos from our travels, and we've also obviously got our little love hearts that you may have seen in our photos on our Instagram that just make this home. Now, as I said from the outside, this is based on the new Fiat Ducato chassis and cab. So the cab front here got a complete fresh look in the top half. There are some components that are hangovers from the previous iteration of the Fiat cab, but it's given it a more car-like feel with the steering wheel and the instruments. At the front here, this unit acts as a camera when driving along. It's limited for reversing, but the camera is there. Radio, sat nav, works with your phones quite nicely actually, this Xcent unit. And we've got a little bit of storage down the bottom for our coffees as we go. And obviously these nice leather chairs that came with our tracker, which have got the nice Auto Trail logo on them, they swivel and turn into the main lounge area, which make it great for watching the TV, which very conveniently is popped behind this unit here. So this slides. Again, this gives us a bit more storage, and we often pop just like little tea mugs and coffee mugs and so on, just so they're to hand. But this particular motorhome came with the media pack from Brownhills, so this does come with the Avtex TV, and that included that Xcent head unit you see with the sat nav and radio. So the TV sits neatly in this little unit here. Above that then you get the standard Truma heating control panel and water control, and then this unit here is the Auto Trail panel where you can operate the wastewater, the levels of your batteries and so on. Nice little unit that. I'll perhaps do a separate video on how this all works. Then behind the TV, here's that tall fridge. You can see the vents from the outside. The table is stored in here. It's a bit of a tight space, but the table is stored in that section there for occasional use. But what we do have is the lovely big tall Thetford fridge. We like this in particular because there's a decent sized freezer box with this one. It automatically selects the power source, and it's got this really neat little drawer at the bottom that allows us to slot our bottles in quite neatly. So all in all, that works as a really good fridge. Now opposite that is our L-shaped kitchen. We get a nice little additional flap here that provides the extra worktop space. Beneath here you get the drawer for the cutlery, and you get a very generous storage cupboard down below. Next to that you've got the Thetford oven, grill and hob. This is a nice unit, nice glass splashback panel there. We tend to use one of these Brabantia cloths. These normally you use on your worktops at home to protect them. They're like microfiber, but it actually works quite well to stop the rattling from the hob rings, but also this glass unit. Obviously you get the fly screen and the window opens here when you're cooking. You do get the standard Russell Hobbs microwave, and in this one you get the taller cupboard here, which has all our bits and pieces in for travelling. Obviously the cushion doesn't stay there once we're on site, but it does stop a little bit of that rattling as we're on the road. Good size sink. There is a unit that fits over this, so you can extend the worktop, but we tend to not put it in because we have this pop-up washing up bowl here that stands a little bit prouder but gives us a deeper sink for when we're working in the motorhome in the kitchen area. Then as we step back, as I said, this is the Tracker LB. We presume it means longitudinal bed, as in it goes this way, rather than the Trackers that have the beds that go this way. We prefer this layout. It gives us lots of space around the bed. It does though give us a central bathroom here. So the first bit is the shower, and I'll just move around and you will see that it is a decent sized shower. There's plenty of room in there. I'm 6 foot. There's still plenty of headroom. You get this nice little unit for your shower gels and shampoos. The shower head fits on there. There's even a towel rail, and then these doors fold out in 3 parts to create the shower screen. And what in effect you end up with when I turn round is you can use the door to the washroom, and this pops over, and in effect, if I just step back, it creates like an ensuite bathroom bedroom arrangement. Now excuse that we've got the rainbow screen and our aqua roll in here. It's the logical place for travelling. But this is the washroom where you get the standard Thetford toilet, lovely sink. Works quite well actually. It's deep enough for it to work effectively. There's a nice storage cupboard underneath, mirror, more storage in here. We do like these little shelves because we can pop out our bits and pieces into this as we go. And then at the back you get our bedroom area. That's our screen that we pop across the door in the summer months so that the dogs don't run out, but it is useful. And we get the twin wardrobes, twin cupboards. This island bed pulls forward. It stops just a little bit prouder here, but there is still plenty of room to walk around this bed even at night if you want to pop into the bathroom. Get a nice hecky roof light in this space. There is windows at both sides, so the light floods into this rear part of the motorhome. Then what we have done is set up this arrangement. When we bought this from Brownhills, we got them to install the extra TV bracket here, and we sometimes bring along with us our gaming, our PlayStation 4. So this is a nice little area for us. What we also use is a little linen basket as well. There's plenty of space in here for this. And a standard for us is our coffee machine. We both like our coffee, and having that space in the kitchen means that we have got room to bring this along with us. One thing we have done though, when you come to the back here, we've added these mirrors. There was a natural place for us to stand because the plugs are on this side of the bed. So this is a good place to stand, get dressed, use the hairdryer and so on. So we have added those self-adhesive mirrors just onto that panel there. So looking from the back of the motorhome, you see that we get 2 separate sections. We've got the living area and we've got the bedroom area. But even in the day, this works well with both of us in the space that we do have. The bed is quite helpful from inside our van because it does also pop up. So that storage I described that ran across the back of the motorhome where it comes down under the bed, there's all this extra storage and you can access it from inside as well. We have also purchased some extra units, these nice little baskets that sit either side of here, just to give us a little bit of extra storage when we're on our longer travels. And then looking back to the front, you'll see that we've got a nice spacious living kitchen area. The one luxury we did have, knowing that we were going to go into Europe, was to add the Truma Aventa aircon unit. Now, this one is just the air conditioning unit. This one doesn't provide the heating. And that's something that we do miss from the last motorhome because we had the unit that gave us both. But this time it is just the standard aircon. Looking forward to testing that out fully when we go to France later in the summer. And then looking on the top of our motorhome, you'll see that we have replaced the central HECI with the air conditioning unit, but this leaves us with a large HECI light over the bedroom area and the little washroom. But we also have the benefit of the solar panel installed and the large sunroof across the front cab area, which lets in a lot of light when we're sat at that end. Bit of a rainy day out there as we look at this, hoping it clears for our next lot of travels. So that was a bigger tour of our motorhome with most of the features that we have on board. We have been really impressed with this Auto Trail Tracker. For a new van, there has been very few snagging and warranty issues, and the little ones that we have been very, very quickly resolved by our dealer, which is Brownhills up in Newark. The quality of the van, the fit and the finish, the quality of this van and finish, the fit and the finish is superb. I think that is where Auto Trail do pay good attention to detail. Everything feels solid. The units close tightly, nicely, firmly. We never worry that anything is going to kind of come loose or fall apart. So that's a little tour of our motorhome. We named her Aurora the Auto Trail, in true tradition of naming these things. And we hope that you found that interesting. If this is a van that you are interested in, we find it very easy for living for both two of us and when we've had guests with us as well. Plenty of space for the little doggies. Absolutely love it. Really do not regret the switch to this. So if you like what you've seen on this little video, please give us a subscribe, hit a like. We are early days with our channel, but we are keen to share some of our adventures and our journey of motorhoming with you. And until our next little video, we'll say bye for now.